All right, everyone. This is the last one. The last B3313 video. Other than a couple of shorts that I have yet to upload, but I've already made them, so that doesn't count. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike, and this is Final 5, Part 5, the end. And I'm going to be explaining a few things at the end of this episode. Why I decided to do Final 5. Why would I even do Final 5? Because I don't think I ever explained why. And with a recent development that happened, I think it's appropriate for me to explain it all. So what is the topic of today's video? The topic of today's video is nothing particular. If you saw my poll, I have obviously planned to visit a couple of areas. Obviously this video will be edited. I'll probably put text screen that gives additional info. And there will be credits at the end of the video to credit everyone who worked on this game. But without further ado, let's get into it. There is actually an area that I want to start out with showing off, because I think this area gets overlooked quite a lot. I think it gets overlooked quite a lot. So, the area that I'm talking about is Underground Castle. Now, I've gotten the Fulbright corruption, and I've gotten the inverted color corruption, so it does look a little bit different. Actually, you know what? Let's do it justice. Let's do it justice. Let's go out and get it where we don't have a corruption. Because I feel like this level is very, very, very underrated. It's obviously a linear water level, and not a reference to anything. It's an original creation that has wet dry ducks playing in the background. And I love the way the stage looks with the tinted glasses and the way you navigate it. It's just fever dreamish, and I really like it. The blue walls and bricks. Something quite amazing about navigating this area. I went the wrong way. You know what? We're not going to resort to hyperspeed swimming. We have a lot of stuff we have to cover, but let's take our time. Let's take our time and let's look at the areas, right? So we go down a tunnel, which leads us to a cage with a star. And up here, you have a vanish cap. Grab it. And grab the star. It's obviously a very simple one-off area. Very simple one-off area where you just go in, you grab the star, and then you're done. Right? You're done. You're finished. And this is kind of the topic of this whole video, is that I'm showing stuff that I basically didn't already show. Because, and I kind of knew this would happen. When I did the poll about what areas people wanted to see, there weren't really that many ideas. And that's not because you guys are not creative or you don't know what you want or anything like that. I think the reason why is because I have covered so much stuff. I've ended up practically covering everything in this game. Minus a few things, which I'm covering in this video. The next stage that we are heading to is one of my favorite stages in this game. It actually wasn't on the list of my favorite stages, but I have changed my mind. The name of this area is Salty Salty Shore. It is a Waste of Blood reference. And as far as I know, this is a stage that was specifically, that Waste of Blood specifically made for B3313. Fabricated for B3313. Now, there are a few inaccuracies, of course. There was apparently supposed to be a sea monster in this, but there is no sea monster here. But there are these really cool bubbles that are exclusive to this area. You have a couple of stars. You have the one on top, and you obviously have the red coins. We'll grab that and go to the next one. I am going through a couple of these areas because I kinda want to show off some other stuff that are more interesting. But we're back in the Royal Lobby, and we are going to be heading up. So, somebody requested jump scares, and I am not against the idea of showing the jump scares. But the problem is that I've practically already shown all of them. You save a few, which I will be showing in this video, probably minus one of them or something. So, we're in the Nebula lobby. And there is actually a wiki inaccuracy, or I noticed a wiki inaccuracy. I don't know if, before we go to the jump scare is here in the challenge lobby portion, by the way, but we're gonna go back there. I have a couple of other areas that I'm gonna be showing first. I think we don't need save states to do this, because I'm going to be going back here anyway, and I think the journey, that means I can also talk, and we do that. So we go to this portion, which obviously has Dire Bubble, or Idyllic Islands, whatever you want to call it. I think, okay, I can see what they mean with it looking like Crescent Castle, but I feel like this area right here is obviously... This is obviously floor 2B, right? This is obviously floor 2B. You have the door here that you exit. You have the sun carpet, you have the peach painting. You have the hallway here. And you have another hallway here. And this hallway leads to a water area, right? It's kind of poetic, right? It's designed the same way. I don't think a door was here though. But yeah. Anyways. In here, I don't actually know what that level is. I don't remember. I don't remember what that level is. I don't remember. It could be Aquamarine Stronghold, but it could also be an entirely different one. But the area that we're going to is actually down here, and you can get to this area a few different ways. And it has absolutely no significance, but we are showing it anyway. So this, I guess this can count as a jump scare, or I guess an event, a plot point. This area is called Flooded Basement, and it has no music playing. It is a Greenio reference. It references Promo Show, where at the end of the video, Luigi is swimming around, collects a couple of coins. There aren't any coins in this version of the stage, though. Collects a couple of coins, and inevitably ends up drowning. And that's sort of the end of the video there. So that kind of happens. Thankfully, we can fast travel away and save ourselves from death. There is a thing that I would like to correct here, by the way. Or I guess a thing that I added in a video that has now been removed. I'll explain later why I removed that video. But we are in Beta Lobby E right now. 3-on-1 on the door, but more importantly, the HUD. If you notice my Luigi symbol, it has one decimal, right? 1 decimal, just the 1. But if we do a little bit of fast traveling, you can see now it has 2 decimals. That's always the case in Beta Lobby C. We go to B, still the same. And now, see, it still has 2 decimals. And it has a different HUD as well. That's because we are now in Beta Lobby A. So 3-on-1. We're now in Beta Lobby A. I just wanted to show that off real quick, because I think quite a few people don't know it. We have an inverse corruption there. Nice. So we're gonna walk through Beta Lobby C real quick, and we're going back to the Nebula lobby, because we have a little jump scare that we have to showcase. The one in Challenge lobby will take you a different place, by the way. It's a sequence that I've already shown off. his domain, fountain of truth, you know, all that stuff. So the door with the 3 will have a vanish cap in the corner. And walk in here. And as you can tell, I run in and I get attacked. And my game crashes. So that can happen. That happens if you go there. Now, what would be the next area that I would show off? The next area that I will show off, I'm in Lunar Tower, by the way. And we are going to the fabled tubular lobby. Which, I think for fun, I want to show you a couple of different ways to get here, because I think this area is kind of interesting, and it connects a bunch of interesting areas. So, in order to get to the area that I want to go to, which has drastically changed from last time, we head straight, and we are in an area called Ghostly Courtyard. This used to be Alternative Courtyard, and it used to look completely different. The door over there used to take you to Melancholy Mausoleum, I believe. Really, really big level. This area is obviously, this is Imperfect Sanctuary Lobby, and it's just entered from the side door. That was how I discovered it the first time, by the way. It took me quite a while back when I played 0.9 to discover Escape Plan and how it works. So, that door leads you to Boost upstairs, and can lead you to 4B if you walk far enough. If you jump up here, you will warp, and you will kind of just be put in Uncanny Courtyard, the red version of it. You go over here, and we have a Fulbright Corruption. Very nice. There is something that I want to show. So we go through the Uncanny Courtyard, and some people are wondering. I think some people have looked at the wiki for green stars, and they're like, where is the star? So it's hidden away pretty well. So you run forward, and then you make a right at this question mark block, and then right here, you have the area that you want to go to. So, right in here, green stars. For the taking. There isn't really anything else you can do here. You can go to checkerboard. If you want to do that, go to checkerboard and collect the star. There are 2 different variants of the checkerboard as well that you can always check out, which are really, really cool, I would say. The next area that I'm going to be showing off is going to seem a little bit random. It's gonna seem a little bit random, but I have a story behind it. A lot of the stuff that I show off has a story behind it, or is a reference to something, or there's a reason why I show it off, because there's something cool about it. So, we're in Crescent Castle, and my controller is starting to not want to move forward. That is great. Stop it! Now, this has been a misconception of mine for a very long time. Sorry about the noise. So, this level is often what's the word for it? It's often confused with Salty Salty Shore. Because, you know, this is a shore, right? It's a shore, it's a beach. Very beautiful level that was in the 1.0 demo. It's an original creation, and it's quite possibly, in terms of level design and platforming, even though it's a bit scarce, obviously. That's the case in a lot of B3313 areas. This is one of my favorite, like, aesthetically pleasing areas. In terms of the name, it is Bountiful Beach. Bountiful Beach is the name of this area. Salty Salty Shore is the other one. But yeah, it uses Waste of Blood's music here as well. And you have the silver stars, and you have a star all the way up top that you can collect. Can I mention, by the way, can I mention that the music that plays... This soundtrack is probably... Like, I've said a lot of times that Dire Dire Loss is my favorite soundtrack, but I think objectively, the best soundtrack in this game is this one. It just feels like, this one feels like it could be in the base game. And just the way it's composed is just absolutely beautiful. Anyways, we are grabbing the star. We are grabbing the star and going out. So we've already been down that hallway and we've already shown... We have already shown the cake. We've already shown the cake. So I was thinking it is probably not very necessary to show that. However, what we can show... I don't think I've shown this, but I will show it now. It is a very old area that has changed ever so slightly between versions. Ever so slightly. And ways to get there have been altered a little bit. 0.9 had an alternate version to get there. It's not there anymore, but we are in the fake lobby. E3. If you're at blowing sounds, that's just me trying to make the controller stick work, by the way. But we are in what seems to be, and it might look like a ripoff of Veloxusgaming's video from 017, but it looks like we're in Bowser's Maze, right? And you wonder what's up ahead. It says get out. And suddenly you get warped to this area with a bunch of Marios just attacking you, a bunch of Goombas. Now, this way, somewhere, don't know exactly where it is. We might be able to hit it if we're lucky. Somewhere over here there's a star. I think I'm not gonna hit it. Nah, it's not happening. There's a star at the end, a yellow one. It used to be red. And yeah, that area has always been one of my favorites when it comes to the jump scares. It's not really a jump scare anymore. I feel like the star at the end of the area kind of diminishes the jump scare value that it has. Like, obviously it has a sense of urge and, oh no, Mario is chasing you and everything. But I kind of just, I don't know, there was something I really liked about the 0.7 version. Anyways, we are in purple upstairs, and I told you we would go to the tubular lobby again. We're gonna do it a couple of ways. So, right here, at these dots, you get thrown into the area that has the white coin. Now, I'm not gonna mess with this white coin. It basically does what the yellow switch does, and can alter a bunch of things in your game. And crash it, and crash your emulator, so there's a bunch of stuff that coin can do. It can help you, it can hurt you. 90% of the time, it will hurt you. So, I would not touch it. I would absolutely not touch it. It is not worth it, trust me. Wandering through the tubular lobby real quick. Which puts us in hybrid lobby. Now, what do I have to show in hybrid lobby? What is so important that I want to show it off in hybrid lobby? Hybrid lobby is quite an not really a unique area, I guess, but it is an area that is different from everyone else, or everything else. It doesn't really have a theme. It's kind of just a lobby. But if you wanted to get to tubular lobby a different way, you can also do it here. And that actually throws you right here. I think there is one more way to get there that will throw you in... Yes. I remember now. So, Beta Lobby C, 3 and 3 on the doors. Beta Lobby D, which is to the left of C. Door at the bottom. Plexel basement. And there is a unique little thing over here. So if I walk to the right, you have the you obviously have the jump scare right here, which is I guess it's a homage to Greenio, because a similar thing was done. Speaking of that flooded basement and such. But if you walk over here, and you stand on top of this, you will also be put in the tubular lobby, but you will actually be put in the basement section of the tubular lobby. And you have a little window here that you can jump into, and it will put you here. The tubular lobby is quite interesting. It's unique, obviously, and it is a reference to... I don't remember the exact reference, but I remember seeing a picture with the Bob-omb and the box and stuff. It's in the vanilla lobby section of it. But I don't know exactly what the reference is. This is the area that gets referenced. I think if you search up the SM64 iceberg, this area will undoubtedly come up. Nice inverted colors. Nice inverted colors. Wow, wow, wow. Now, the next area that I am going to be showing off, is going to be an area that has caused a bit of controversy. I'm sorry if you can hear whatever is happening outside. I have absolutely no control over that, but it is within floor 4B. And I was thinking that we pay a visit to that area. Now, my ability to navigate 4B is not the best. I think Chris did a really, really good job with 4B. I love 4B. 4B is such an amazing lobby. But yeah, I'll admit, even though I have navigated 4B quite a lot, I still seem to struggle navigating that place. So, we're in Clock Hallway right now. With the His Domain music playing in the background. It's actually, a little side note, it's actually quite interesting that this melody is the real His Domain music, but His Domain plays a simplified version of it, the one that plays in Plexel Hallway. I don't know the reasoning behind that. I just found it interesting. But we are going through the mirror. Going through the mirror. To the outer strip. Oh, if you're wondering about the music thing, like if the music fades away, just like the sunny balcony, it does. I don't know what causes it exactly, but I just know that it happens. So, we're in Elder Koopa's library. I'm just going to save state because I want to show you something that I found really interesting. And I accidentally showed my frame counter. Whoop. Now, apparently, this bookcase, you can actually move it forward if you want to. So, if you want to enter 4B in a more classy way, that is how you do it. But, what I didn't show off last time was Mario and Luigi's house. And I believe it has... There's a little note somewhere. I don't know if it was here or... I remember somewhere there's a note. Maybe it's further down. You have a box here which contains a green star. I do remember there being a reference in here. I don't know if that's not here anymore, but we go to the next area. This area is called Waterfall. It is not really a reference to anything that I can recall. I think this is an original creation. And it has quite a sinister secret that we are going to go to. And we have a bricked up door here that doesn't really serve any purpose. There's not really much to the area other than it has the same tint that Vanilla Castle Ground has and that Parallel Backyard or Peaceful Grounds has. The door that is on the other side of this strange contraption doesn't really serve any purpose. But what does serve a purpose is found underneath the waterfall. And I'm going to explain this area in depth. And of course it got corrupted. Come on. Don't corrupt the area. I want it to look natural. Thank you. So, we have gluttonous consequences, is what I call this area. I think the official name is just Shame Variant 1. And this area is quite poetic in a lot of ways. And I'll tell you why. So, before we go over to that sign, if you notice it from this side, you will notice that this area looks a lot like Crawley Cave or the Dark Hallway. It's actually the exact opposite. Instead of going up a carpet and then following down a hallway, you go down a carpet and then follow down a hallway with a sign that greets you with a certain message. You can also fall down, which puts you in Vomit Castle Grounds. I'm just kidding, it's normal Castle Grounds. But back to the sign one more time. I'm sorry that I'm using save state a lot and breaking immersion, but there is a lot of stuff to unpack here. So when you interact with this, what have you done? You. All of you. Shame. Followed by a lot of shame. Followed by the game crashing. This is not the only area that does this, by the way. I'm gonna linger here on this. And let's pause and talk about this area real quick from both a meta perspective, and let's talk about this area from a game perspective. I think I'm going to start with a meta perspective. The meta perspective is that this area is oriented towards the players. It's people like me, people like you, who play this game, who, for some inconceivable reason, just want this game to grow and grow and grow. The game doesn't want to grow. The game doesn't want to get bigger. And I guess it goes into the game, the whole game interpretation as well. This is the game that scolds you, shames you for expanding the game, getting it bigger and bigger, and just you being greedy, wanting more and more and more. I think it's quite poetic that one of the first areas that you might, or it's like the opposite of one of the first areas that you most likely visit in Dark Hallway. But we have another shame variant that I will go to later on in the video, but for now, I am going to be hitting the save state, and we are going to be going to the next area. The next area. So, I actually never showed this off, which really surprises me, and I think it's because this area is very out of the way. So, there kind of wasn't any reason for me to show it off. But I really think I want to show this off. So, we're in the Plexo lobby. We went through Beta Lobby B. And right here, we have a pipe. We are not heading in the pipe, by the way. No pipe. Instead, we are going down through the door to this area. You will have a sign that says Funhouse. And to nobody's surprise, the area that you end up in is indeed Funhouse. This is the name of the area. Now, Funhouse is actually a very interesting reference. It's not a Greenio reference, it's not a Mario Nova 64 reference, it's not a Waste of Blood reference. It is actually a reference to a leak that this is one of the first iterations of the inside of the castle called Dojo, I think, which is Japanese for Funhouse, I think. You can correct me on that if I'm wrong. I'm not entirely sure. Now, as plain and simple as this may seem, it does yield some significance. If you go, is that the other side? It's probably the other side. If you go over here, you will have a door, which takes you to Cryptic Hideout. And while I'm here, Well, we'll go back to Funhouse, because we have an area that we have to go to. I think most people know where I'm going with this. The right door. We have Mario over here. That is sort of just waiting right there. I think if we go like this, we can get a good view of him. See, there he is. Now, I approach him, what happens? I get attacked by an entire army of Marios. Entire army of faceless Marios. And my game crashes eventually. But the reason why I wanted to highlight that area is because it changed quite a bit from 0.7 to 1.0. If you see, I think Veloxusgaming, which is a guy that is actually, he inspired me to make these videos in the first place, Veloxusgaming. And I guess picked him on a bus a little bit. I think I started making videos before he did, I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, that's besides the point. The jump scare is drastically different between versions. The 0.7 version is like an army that you, with like a face. It looks very, very different. And I thought it was really, really cool. I think this one is cool as well. It's just cool in a different way. Now, if we walk all the way around. And over here, we have quite an interesting area. There is another castle ground that I am not entirely sure. I think this might be the one. And this one has quite an interesting property, I believe. If I'm not wrong. But it's gonna take a while, because we're gonna be collecting coins. Greenio reference, by the way. This uncanny courtyard is a Greenio reference. The whole walking through the labyrinth and collecting coins is one big Greenio reference. I believe that is also promo show. Also the promo show video. Where Luigi is running around in the labyrinth collecting coins. Is there a coin down here? Nope. Collecting coins. I think of all the labyrinth stars, this one is not too bad. It's just, you know, you just sort of walk around and because it's not the biggest labyrinth in the universe, it's sort of pretty easy to get the coins. If you remember where they are, of course. So we are gonna walk around a little bit. I really like that video, by the way, the promo show video. There's something about it, something about the way that it's paced that I just really like. I mean, to be fair, I like pretty much all of Greenio's videos. Every single one of them. I think all of them are cool in their own regard. Even the outtakes. Even the outtakes, the ones that actually has Bob-omb Meadows, or Bob-omb River Beta as it's called in this, and Bob-omb Cavern. I absolutely adore that. Now, I'm collecting the star for a specific reason. Now, I don't remember if it actually still does what I think it does. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Yes. Okay, so when you collect the star, you get put in this specific castle crown right here. And this is also a Greenio reference. Maybe the first one wasn't even a Greenio reference, I don't remember. But this one is definitely a Greenio reference. So you have the area over here, I remember in the video, the one controlling. Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that was a thing. What? Okay, I've never seen that before. Okay, that's new. What? What? I just got trolled. I can't believe that. I can't believe I just got trolled there. I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea that was there. I've played this game for so long, and I have never seen that before. That's genuine shock. That's not something I accidentally did. Anyways, the next area that I'm gonna show off, I am gonna do a couple of the jump scares before I go to the end. This corridor right here just puts you in... I think it puts you in Uncanny Courtyard. I'm not wrong. But this area has quite an interesting feature. So we go over here with a door and a 2. Oh, not that one. I didn't even realize we had the inverted corruption again. But we go in here. And we have a Bowser painting right here. I think it could be this one. It could also be another one. I just remember that you are most certainly able to warp somewhere. That's in here, right? I swear it is. Maybe I'm not as informed as I thought I was. But there certainly was a warp here. I could have missed it, but it is a long time ago since I've done it, and I think I've only gone to the place once. But oh wait, it might be here. Yeah, okay, this is the one. That's my bad. Okay, so this right here. And this got added recently, where if you're prone to seizure, blah 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 blah, head of QA, thank you for your cooperation. So this area is called Bowser's Bridge, and I don't know if I have the Fulbright corruption or if this is how it's supposed to look. I think it's supposed to look like this, but we have the bridge over here, and what happens is that you walk over here and then suddenly, oh no, the area got dark, and then you die. Invisible 1-up. Following you. Did I just get the inverted corruption again? I did. What? Holy crap, I'm getting a lot of them. Goodness gracious. Well, that is rather interesting. I do have a couple of more areas that I want to show off. And we actually need to go back to Beta Lobby B for this. And it's going to be a double reference. Thank you for corrupting the Beta Lobby. That's very nice. So, it's a double reference. Now, how is it a double reference? What does it mean? Oh, I jumped off. Nice. The camera just absolutely screwed me over. I should not have swapped to Legacy there. Take 2. So we're in Womp's Kingdom, and there is an area over there which contains a star. Now, what is this area? And you have a warp right here. I think this is the warp that I tried to show at one point, and I ended up just not showing for some reason. This is actually a one-of-a-kind reference. There are a couple of areas that are a one-of-a-kind reference, and you know what? I'm gonna show one more after that. Obviously, it's left up to interpretation, but this is definitely a Mario Galaxy 2 reference. It's a reference to Throwback Galaxy. Speaking of references, if we go through Womp's prison here, and we head over to the pipe, you will have another reference. So, You have the black holes from Mario Galaxy 2, and you actually have Whomp's Fortress reversed, and this is a reference to Mario Galaxy 2. What I wanted to try to do is I want to see if you can actually move upon these areas down here, or if it's too low for the death floor. Oh, you clip right through them. Okay. Well, we know that. But if you didn't know, in Galaxy 2, you go all the way up to the top of Whomp's Fortress, and then you simply just ground pound down. You have a Soto boss. It looks, because they're much bigger in Galaxy 2. You have what you think is the boss, but it's not the boss. And you ground pound, and then you get to fight the Whomp King. We are in Genesis Basement, and as I've said many times, it is a Greenio reference. It is a reference to the video titled Genesis, where Jimmy, good old Jimmy, is wandering around. But that is not what I want to show. I don't want to show the route that he takes. I want to show this. Now, this level is... I have no idea what the name is, because I actually only recently discovered that this level was a thing, even though it's been in the game since 0.9. But I would like to believe that this is a Mario 3D World reference. Or at least that's what it feels like it most closely resembles. Because you have the sort of linearity of the level. I know a lot of B3313 levels have this, especially the beta ones, the early quote-unquote beta kind of levels. But it was this thing. Still a glass pipe right here. This area right here. But no, mostly the glass pipe, the transparent pipe. You have the area right here, where you head up, and then you have a box that contains a star. Now, I'm not going to keep you waiting anymore. I think it's time that we go to the endgame areas, and I want to show you a couple, just show a couple of elements from each level, and I will focus on one of them in particular. So, in order to get to the end, we want to head... We can do the shortcut to get there, but I'm not Act 1. I haven't waited on the title screen for 35 seconds, so I can't do that. I think I showed that in Final 5 Part 4 anyway. So I don't think there's a reason to do that again. I think we are going to do something unique instead. Now, you obviously know the route. You know the route that I showed in the A-Presses video. It is the way that I always go to Bowser's floor. We are in Crescent Castle. And go to the painting over here. Bump into an invisible wall. Nice. And Bowser's floor. Now we head through the door. It doesn't matter which door you head through, because they both head out here anyway. Head through the door to Bowser's prison. I wonder if there's a Bob-omb somewhere that I can abuse. I want to try something. Over here. I don't think we can get in. I just wanted to show you that the dialogue that these NPCs have are all the same. It's the Shoshinkai message, I guess you could call it. But we head up on the throne. Why am I struggling so much to get up on it? We head up on the throne, and we are now in Peach's floor. I guess I forgot to talk about Bowser's floor and Peach's floor. What are these areas and what do they entail? For me, Bowser's floor is after Bowser is broken in, and has sealed some of the walls, repaired some of the walls, has broken the walls some other places. Peach's floor is, as Bowser is entering, you can see the cracks in the walls. That's sort of the difference between the two areas. And obviously this door is accessible. And we head outside to an area that don't really know what it resembles. I guess it resembles, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of SM64, the Green Stars, if that makes any sense. But we jump in and we get put in Peach's cell. Some people have said that it looks identical to Bowser's maze and Mario's maze, but that is actually not true whatsoever. Completely different. Completely different. Flatter hallways, I guess. But you have Peach right here, who is just standing there. It doesn't matter what you do, by the way, if you go over here. Doesn't matter how you do it. You will be warped over here anyway. And I was about to say, so some of the areas, some of the black area doesn't kill you. But then I walk out, and then the black area right next to the black area that didn't kill me, killed me. But let's go back into Peach's cell. Back into Peach's cell. Back into Peach's cell here. So we go here, we trigger the area, and obviously we just jump from... We jump from area to area until we get the star. Star collected. Speaking of music, by the way, this is one of the areas in the game that only plays this music. We have areas like Downtown City, No Man's Land, and Thor 4B, obviously. But this area, Ruins in the Blood Lake, which is original, I believe. I believe it's original. But it bears a resemblance to World of Dreams, which is another area that we'll be visiting later on. Actually, not in very long. But you have a pipe over here on this transparent platform. You jump up, and you are now in the haunted castle grounds. Now, in order to just check it real quick, if you look down over here, you can see that Toad's head, it's a bit hard to see, but Toad's head has been decapitated. He's been decapitated. The warps underneath, they work as normal, so you go through the front door, you get put in Beta Lobby A. You go through the back door, you get put in Crescent Castle, if that's even there. But anyways, the final level. Randomized Realm. Which is quite possibly the most unique Bowser level in the history of ROM hacking. Is it the best Bowser level? No. Not in my opinion, but that's because I have played Star Revenge 8, and I absolutely adore Eintai, which is one of the Bowser levels in that hack. It's probably one of my favorite Mario 64 ROM hack levels of all time. Eintai. But yeah, you fly across and you see there's a lot of, you have the log from Grim Green Forest, you have whatever that is, you have this from the castle ground, you have some towers in the background, you have this area which is from Pleasant Falls, you see the bridge right there, we have a little bit from TikTok Clock, we have a floating island that looks like something. We have a patch of snow. This looks like Cool Mountain. You have just a bunch of references. Okay, yeah, this is definitely Cool Mountain. You have the ship from Rainbow Ride and yeah, Rainbow Ride Beta. Wait, I might die here. Okay, never mind. Thought I didn't make it far enough. And I guess you have the cloud from Sky High Pipelands, or... Actually, no, that's also Rainbow Ride Beta. And you end up with this moving texture thing that will put you in the true version of Eternal Fort. The real version of Eternal Fort. Now here's where I could have been smart. If I had Act 1 enabled, I would get a metal cap which would make the fight a cakewalk. But we are going to do it the intended way. So you start out with this amazing platforming section. I think this level might be one of my favorite final Bowser levels of all time. On par with Eintai, I would say. Obviously, the platforming is pretty simple. It's just right, left, and burn and die. Yep, that was very simple, right? Super simple platforming that I died to. Right? That was amazing platforming. Super straightforward, and I end up dying. I think I'll just shut my mouth and I'll just show you, okay? I'll just show you. Scroll up. Oh, you want to know an interesting property, by the way? So, you notice how this Shy Guy is trying to attack me? Well, when you're in a climbing state, you actually can't take damage from anything. You see that? You are completely invincible while you're climbing. I don't know if that's intentional or not. But, just a fun fact. Just a fun little fact, I guess. Bam, bam, bam. I love this music, by the way. I think this music really accentuates a vibe that says urgency and final battle. Really like that. Now we're gonna get Bowser to run over here. What? Stop jumping. Come on. Come on. Come on, get over here. Come on. Good enough. One down, 3 to go. Come on. Come on, teleport to me. There you go. Oh, I can't believe you would do that jump there. I'm purposely not moving around a lot because otherwise he won't attack. If you keep moving around, he'll just try to follow you indefinitely. I don't know why. I know how Bowser works. I don't know why I thought that would work. I don't know why I thought that would work. But that would be the last throw. And we get a little dialogue. This dialogue dialogue always happens after you get 120 stars. I thought this was meant to be my world, my everlasting kingdom. You've really beaten me this time. I can't stand losing to you. I'm out of here. Just you wait until next time. And obviously we have the green star. So now we get warped to an area that Chris taught me something about, because I didn't know that this was a reference to anything. I thought this was just Chris being cool, making a picnic table, being like, oh, picnic table. But apparently this is a reference to a, oh yeah, the area is called Beginnings. This area is a reference to a snapshot of somebody playing the beta game, and this is what they saw. They saw this area. Which I think is really, really cool, and I'm very happy that Chris put stuff like this into the game. It also shows the knowledge, you know? It shows the knowledge. So we have a sign right here, which is not a sign, by the way. How do I know that it's not a sign? Well, it turns around. It's an NPC that says, where is he? We jump in. And... This might help. What? Oh no, okay, well, okay. Well, that's okay. We'll roll with this. This is Victory Castle Grounds. It usually doesn't look like this. It's, this is the inverted color corruption. That is, at play. That is at play here. So, the first thing I wanted to show is this hole up here, which is a reference to Mario 64 DS. Holy crap, it looks super trippy. Which puts you in an area, you can see the Luigi on the left side trying to chase me. Right there. This area is called Inside the Castle Walls. And touching Luigi crashes the game. So now you know that. I think there is a way to get back here so I can show you the how it actually looks. So you have Peach in here, and if you do a well-timed triple jump spin and land the right place, I didn't. You can skip the area and check it. But we have found ourselves in Monochrome Castle Grounds. Now this is not the dark version that I showed off that used to not have any music. This is the real Monochrome Castle Grounds, and this is the only way to get here. It's through Victory Castle Grounds. Or Victorious Castle Grounds. And we have a couple of... oh, sorry, wait. I don't know what happened there. We have a couple of interesting things. So if you walk through the back, you will just be put here again. So don't bother with that. However, as far as I know, and now don't quote me on it because I'm not entirely sure. We walk through the front door, and if we look up, we get put back in Beginnings. And we might get a chance. I might get a chance. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to look. Alright, so it's a somber looking castle grounds, a little bit primitive as well. With a closed off cannon, no water. And obviously the quote unquote black box over here, which is a reference to Mario 64 DS. Now, if we try to get on top of the castle, I actually didn't do that before. I was thinking we can do that now, if my controller wants to behave. We can get on top of the castle grounds pretty easily. And that way you can also see the interior of the castle, as you can see. This area is considered out of bounds, so you can't really do much other than just sort of stare. Yeah. And there isn't really anything up here. You can be called cool, just like last time. You can be called cool if you go up here. I think you might be able to clip through here if you're lucky, I don't know. I don't know why you would want that, but you probably are able to do that. Yeah. But, once again... I pass it? Okay, yeah, I passed it. So, all these doors are fake, by the way. They are all fake. Not really anything significant about them. And you have a bricked off area here. I don't think there's anything on the other side. It's literally just a box. Yeah, let's go down and... let's go back to Monochrome Castle Grounds real quick. Now, if I'm correct, there's one more thing I can show here. If I'm correct, if I head back out, it puts us in dark Monochrome Castle Grounds. So now we're in the dark version. As you can tell, the music slowed down. We go back in. The music speeds up again. Now, let's head in here. So this is the fabled area, the 4th floor picture, fabled area that was also I think it was black and white as well in the media that has been shown. But we got a sign that says it's not over yet. And we get put in this area. This is World of Dreams. Basically, a mismatch of a bunch of different assets from the vanilla game. I don't remember what it's a reference of, but I know it's not original. That's all I know. It's probably in SM64 Conspiracies or in the Iceberg. But yeah. You have a little journey. You can also fall down and die, by the way. It'll take you to the same area. We jump in. And we are now in the area. So, welcome to Star Road. An area with 5 challenges and another pipe over there that is a reference to 0.7. It just leads you back to the Plexi lobby. We don't need any of that. Now, I think some people will probably ask this, and I will clarify that real quick. Do I prefer this Star Road, or do I prefer the Star Road that was in 0.9? If we talk from a B3313 perspective, and the message that this game tries to tell, I prefer this one. But if we talk about aesthetics and how it looks, and the vibe, I prefer the 0.9 one. But in the context of B3313, this is a better Star Road. In my opinion, if that makes any sense. But I was thinking now, we don't really have much more to do than to check out the levels. I will show you another area at the end, which will be a part of the ending as well. So, level number 1 is Yoshi's Beach. Definitely my favorite level when it comes to the Rainbow Road levels. We have Yoshi right here. And there is obviously the reference to the misspelling in the vanilla game. That really you. And you have a couple of stars that you can, actually multiple stars that you can get here. You have red coins. You have the eggs. You see the eggs right there? And you have a couple of stars that you can collect. You also have a door right here which doesn't have any function. It's just there. But we are gonna head up and collect a little star up here. There's another Yoshi egg up here, by the way. But there is a star inside this one. Because I was thinking we could go straight to the next area. So, going into the second pipe, we get put in Ultra Battle Fort. A super sampled version of the Battle Fort from Super Mario 64 DS. I will say, I do really enjoy I do really enjoy the stage. I think it's nice. You navigate up, and you have a couple of things that you can do. Little firsties, look at that. I'm gonna do a little yaha to the other side. I'll jump up. And here, now... Here you have an invisible platform that you can walk on, which takes you to... I don't remember the name of this area, to be completely honest, and I'm stupid. I don't remember the name of the area, but it has another retextured Wiggler boss fight, which is like a spider. Or isn't it like a skeeter? It's like a skeeter or something. I don't remember, but it's one of them. But anyways, type number 3. We have a corruption, by the way. Inverted colors. I don't remember the name of this stage. I'm gonna put it on screen. So all the areas whose names I don't remember, I'll put them on the screen. But you have a snow level that obviously resembles Snow Slider quite a bit. You have, but reverse, I guess, in reverse, kind of. Now, a very devious secret about this level is the fact that there's a bunch of penguins, right? The right penguin is right here. Super, super hard to find. Very, very obscure place to put it. But, we go down here. And... I don't know exactly where this... Oh, she's up here. She is up here. Whoops. Come on. Come on. There we go. And you obviously have the same dialogue. Now, I've already collected the star, of course. I've already collected the star. So, I'm gonna be breaking tradition. We're gonna take 4 last, because that one is the most interesting one, and the one that has stuff that I want to talk about. My least favorite Rainbow Road level, or Star Road level, is Corrupted Challenge. It's, Polygonal Chaos, but it's like a challenge, and you want to get to the end before the 1-up hits you. They're not super hard. Luckily, it's not like Polygonal Chaos where you end up getting stuck on everything. It's a nice little challenge, you know? Nice little challenge. Do a little bit of wall jumping here. You die to the 1-up because you're too slow. You do a little bit of wall jumping and you're dead. There you go. You actually don't have to wall jump, I think. Let's try it one more time, because there's only 1 star in Corrupted Challenge, so let's go do it. In we go. Oh, my movement's bad. So we're gonna use the slide right here. We're gonna use the forward momentum you can get by holding neutral while spinning. In case you didn't know that, you could do that if you want to speedrun this game and make use of that. You can do that. If you hold neutral while spinning, you will not lose momentum ever. You will always keep momentum. Let me go up the stairs this time. That's a little bit easier. It's still slow, but. And up here we have it. Oh, we barely got it before. So here's a fun fact. If you die, if you collect that 1-up, if that 1-up touches you, you will have 0 health here and you will be warped to Plexel Lobby. Now, let's get to the last one. I do have a couple of more areas to show after the endgame areas, but let's get to the last area and the most interesting one. Welcome to Genocidal Consequences. Also known as Shame 2. Also known as Darker Downtown. So, it is a Greenio reference, but it is another kind of Greenio reference. I'm not going to elaborate too much on that. But, if you know, you know. I barely even know. I don't know, to be honest. Only from what I've heard. Now, what is this a reference to if we disregard the Greenio reference or whatever? What is this a reference to in-game? My interpretation, and I think most people's interpretations, is, and also why I call it Genocidal Consequences, is that it's an area that we have flooded previously. Well, you don't have to flood it to get here, obviously, but it is an area that you might run into, and you might end up using the water changing thing to flood the area. And it's just a reference to the fact that Mario and Luigi have flooded a bunch of worlds. So the one who gets shamed by the sign here are the Mario and Luigi brothers. Now, if we go into the pipe, we get put in an area called Bridge to Nowhere. It is a reference to Dream 64, I believe, and S is this area. Which, what you'll notice is that the music is actually faster. Dun, 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 dun. It's the only area where the Wet Dry World music runs, or not Wet Dry World, the Illusion Cave music plays faster than normal. Now, being a Dream 64 reference means that the warp on the plank right here, which was in Simpleflip's video, also works here. Works the exact same way, to be exact. Yeah, that's really good wording. Exact same way, to be exact. I really know it with words, don't I? Anyways, this area is pretty interesting. It has some red coins. It has a red coin, and then you can head up here. With a bit of effort. The camera's being a little bit annoying. And we have a fake bomb right there, a bomb bastard, as I like to call them. Another red coin here. And it is a super cool stage. It definitely deserves to be a Star Road stage because, you know, the whole sequence here, the whole sequence going from Genocidal Consequences to Bridge to Nowhere to this area is like, okay, so now I will punish you and give you the ultimate Wet Dry World level. Please disregard the voice crack, by the way. Please disregard that. And this star we can get by triple jump diving right into it. So, ta-da, we got the star. Now, the last thing I want to show off in Rainbow Road and Star Road, is this island over here. So we're gonna do a little triple jump spin. I might not go far enough. Oh, yes I do. Okay, nice. And we go over here, and we have pipe number 0. Now, here is a unique sound that you can only hear here. That's the only place where you can hear that, by the way. No other place can you hear that sound. Now, we're gonna jump in, and you are gonna notice that you hear the jump scare sound, and then you hear, yeah. It's a reference to 0.7, the ending in 0.7, and I guess the ending in 0.9. Where you watch the cutscene and then you end up just dying and get put in monochrome castle ground, or you get put here. I have a couple more areas that I want to show off, and I have a certain ending that I want to go towards, and that's where I go in with a whole sentimental speech. It's not going to be super emotional or anything like that. I'm going to talk a little bit, I'm going to clarify a couple of things, the way that I do it, and then we'll call it. That'll be it. Then I am finished with this game. So the area that I want to show off is an area that's always it's always bugged me. It's always bugged me, the existence of this area. Because, and I think a lot of people are asking this question. A lot of people are asking this question when they come into this game, especially people that have played the older versions. Is there a good ending to 1.0? Is there a good ending to 1.0? Is there an ending that is considered the good ending? Now, without sugarcoating it, the immediate answer would be no. What I showed you there, and Victoria's consequences that I showed yesterday, or not yesterday, that I showed in the last video, that is, those are the endings. Getting the Starward there is no ending. There is no ending. There is no in-game ending. And we're in Familiar Floor, or Plexel Hallway 2. And we have this interesting hallway that loops indefinitely with a hole in it that you will never know. We will never know what purpose this was for. We will never know. I think it's also best that we don't know. It's best to leave this up to interpretation. Maybe this is the good ending that we'll never get. We'll never get to. Right? It's the good ending that we will never get to. Now, the last and final area that I want to show off. The last and final area that I want to show off. Actually, two separate areas, but they sort of double up. In order to get to this area, we are going to have to go to the Plexel upstairs, and we are going to have to go to Bowser's Castle and look into the ceiling. If you saw my uncommented gameplay, I actually went to that area that I wanted to show, but I did not get warped to the area that we are warping to today. The area that we are warping to today is none other than... We have two areas that we're warping to, actually. So, Personalization Chamber is the name of this area. One of my favorite new areas that got added, like, in terms of the devious area, sorry that I took a big break, I just yawned. And we obviously have the sign right there, which again is not a sign, it's an NPC. You can see how the sign sort of turns around. Presenting the newest masterpiece from the Magic Koopa squad. This painting can sense the thoughts of any observers and change accordingly. It can present you with your wildest, most desired dreams or inhumane nightmares beyond what any man should have to experience. It's time to explore. I love the duality in the text. I love the duality in the text. But obviously going through this can give you a couple of different outcomes, and apparently someone discovered that the odds are heavily dependent on where you jump. So that is the Toad Labyrinth, which I didn't want to get into. This is a corrupted version of Mr. I's maze. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now, I don't know if this is the right version. I think this is the right version. So this is Illusory Dark Labyrinth. I think. I hope. I hope this is the right version, because otherwise I'm gonna look really stupid. Oh, this might... Wait, okay, no. This is Illusory. So this is Illusory Dark Labyrinth. Now, how do I know the difference between this and the other area that we're going to? It's just the way that it's designed. But what happens is that you go up here and it says destroy it and... Oh! It's a trap! I have been tricked! I have been tricked. Now, here's a funny part. So, you can walk all the way back if you want to. I don't know if I can get Mr. Dickhead there stuck. Oh, I already did. Okay, wonderful. Well, I don't know if, I don't know if Chris completely, foolproof this area. Where is he? Oh, he's completely stuck in the wall. He's probably gonna get unstuck. Yeah, he does. But, I'm wondering... Oh, he got around the corner. Damn it. Okay. Let's try something cool. Let's try something cool. We are in cool mode right now. But we're gonna have to be a little bit precise about it. Never mind, I just went through a dead end. I'm dead. Wait, no? He got stuck? He's obviously unstuck. He's right behind me. Yes, sir. Hello there, Mario. Mario? Ah, okay. I did what I wanted. Oh, he's actually foolproof the whole area. That's really smart. So what I wanted to do, if you're wondering, what I wanted to do was I wanted to kill myself with fall damage. But he actually foolproofed it, so you're not able to. But, yeah, you can stay in here forever if you want to. There's not really much you can do. However, there is another version of this area, and there's actually a sequence that is tied to this area. There's a sequence tied to this area. That was, Mr. Eyes. Again. Yes! Okay, this area. Which I will put on the screen, because I don't remember the name of it. But it will lead us to the same area. Or it will lead... Not the same area, it will lead us to a slightly different area. And... now we are in business. So this is AI headquarters. AI headquarters. And this one is not a trap. This is the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. The real deal. Now, I don't remember how to navigate this area, so we might end up getting a little bit lost here. We might end up getting a little bit lost in the sauce here, but we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, I think we went the right way. There it is. And as you can see, when I go near it, it says destroy it, but I'm not getting warped or anything like that. Now, if I destroy it,